Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur. I'm your host, Faith Katai. So today on the program, we are in Livala along Kasama Road, Lusaka, Zambia. And I'll be talking to Rhoda Mwanza, an entrepreneur who has a boutique and specializes in women's clothes and baby wear. Let's see what we have.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm Faith.
Welcome. My name is Rhoda.
Okay. Like I earlier mentioned, I'm with Rhoda Mwanza, an entrepreneur who owns a boutique and specializes in women's clothes and baby wear. Rhoda, welcome to the Entrepreneur.
Thank you so much, Faith, for hosting me.
To begin with, tell us about yourself. Who's Rhoda Mwanza?
Rhoda Mwanza is a marketing professional who's so much in love with fashion. I love fashion, but with a very good background of sales and marketing. Yeah, I have work experience with so many different companies, which have helped me actually to gain my ability and experience in marketing, which also inspired me to doing my own business. By the end of the day, I realized that the marketer was actually the main brain or the main business runner of any company.
This passion for fashion, when did it start?
It started when I was too young. I loved fashion even from the time when I was young, to some point where I even had to squeeze in some money and not have proper lunch at school, or maybe even squeeze in some transport money because I wanted to get some nice clothes. Yeah. It also aggravated to a level of more passion for fashion when I started singing in a choir. So I sing also, I love music. Yeah. So music actually works very well with fashion. So when you talk about choirs, there is fashion involved, clothes to wear. And so when I was appointed at my church to be part of the management team that selects uniforms for the choir, I actually got to realize that I had greater passion actually to see people dress well. So I told myself, why not just even expand it more to the public? Because it really pushed me to a level where I want to see everybody just look good, dress well. When I look at somebody, I feel like, can I just do more to this? Yeah.
Tell us about your business. What does it involve?
So Malky's Boutique is all about buying and selling clothes. That is female and children's clothes. We also do get to sell handbags. We also do get to sell shoes. We sell accessories also. Yeah, different types of accessories. It could be jewels, yeah, and everything. So we are specifically concerned about buying clothes or shoes that will be of high quality to our clients, and those things that will meet their needs.
And the inspiration for getting into this kind of a business, a clothing business, where did you get the inspiration from?
My main inspiration was my mom, though she's late right now, Rhoda Mwanza. She really inspired me a lot. So my mom would lead me in and on what to wear. So there were certain clothes that I could actually never wear because she would tell me, come here, my little girl, this one is not suiting your structure. So she was leading me to knowing that there's certain clothes that I can wear that will look good on me. Then she loved fashion. She could actually even knit clothes for me. So I told myself, for me actually to start somewhere, to go where I could actually start even maybe manufacturing clothes here in Zambia, I need to start with a boutique and then understand the Zambian market very well and understand what people want in Zambia.
The clothes that you are selling and also baby clothes, where do you source them from? Is it locally or you get them from outside of the country?
Much of these clothes in our stores, they are imported from outside Zambia. So we have some coming from different African countries, of course, which they also receive imported clothes, and then some come from outside, overseas. Yeah.
In terms of the clothes that you get from outside Zambia, how do you ensure that these clothes are of good quality?
So initially, you see, like I mentioned, there's grades. There's grades. So if you want to buy something of good quality, it is best that you travel yourself or you engage a shipping company that ensures that your clothes will be of good quality by the time you're buying and by the time they're reaching here in Zambia. For example, the shipping company that I use always involves a work group for me. So whenever I buy clothes, just when I purchase, I'm initiated into a work group that begins to understand what I want. From there, they will definitely give me that is of best to what I want. Yeah.
How do you market your business to the Zambian customers?
So I do market Malky's Boutique online. Yeah, there is a lot going on out there online. But again, I also get to love to market the traditional way. So like when I started, I knew that I couldn't get online just when I started. So started from a small shop on a roadside. So I could put the mannequins on the side besides the road. So I was advertising to the people who were actually coming from work. So that was another type of marketing that I used, where you advertise on the roadside, but where you have permission to trade. Yeah. So there is also Facebook, there is also WhatsApp, Instagram, there is also TikTok. Those are the medias actually that I use for marketing our boutique.
Who's your target market in this business?
Actually, when we started this business, I thought of a target market that was very interesting, because I come from a world of being a marketing profession. So being that I could attend a lot of meetings and then meet different people, so my main passion actually was driven towards the working woman. That's where my main passion was driven to. So from there, it aggravated to every woman now being involved. But my main target market is the professional woman, the lawyer, the doctor, the engineer, the banker. Yes, that's my main target.
Malky's Boutique. How did you come up with this name of the business?
I came up with the name Malky's Boutique because I understood that there was a special woman out there who really loved fashion. That woman was passionate about looking good. By the end of the day, there's a woman who wants to look like a queen every day. Yeah, that's the one that I targeted. So if you look at the meaning of Malky's Boutique, it actually means queens. Yeah, so I'm looking at that woman who's a queen. So I take it every person that comes to buy here, they actually will leave here feeling they're a queen even when they're wearing our clothes. That's how I came up with the name Malky's Boutique.
As an entrepreneur, I believe it's very important to actually understand the needs of your customers. Tell us about it, elaborate further. What is the importance of identifying your customer needs?
It is very important, because if you don't identify the customer needs, it means you have already lost your clients. So you will not be able to meet them. So it's like this. There is already a lot of people working out there. There are people who are selling clothes. But you have to remember that whatever you have to do as a business person, it has to be disruptive. So for it to be disruptive, you have to meet their needs. So there are so many people today who are selling, but they are not meeting their customer needs. By the end of the day, it ends up to nothing. So meeting a customer need is very, very important. Very.
We now go on a short break. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
This is Jimmy Muchindu. Keep watching The Entrepreneur on Zanis TV, the People's Channel.
Welcome back. You are watching The Entrepreneur, and The Entrepreneur is a program where we feature individual entrepreneurs and how they have thrived in their businesses. And so today I'm talking to Rhoda Mwanza, an entrepreneur who has ventured into a clothing business where she specializes in selling clothes for women and also as well as baby wear. The Zambian government has emphasized on people venturing into entrepreneurship as a way of actually reducing unemployment in the country. How many people so far have you empowered in your business?
So I'm working with 3 people. Yes. So these are people that are helping me to actually reach to my goal. But by the end of the day, despite them having different job descriptions, I have made sure that they understand what the boutique business is all about, the clothesline business. Not only that, I have also made sure that they understand what business is all about. So by the end of the day, I don't want people who are just working. I want people who will be developed into entrepreneurs, people who will be able to stand on their own. Because I believe entrepreneurship is the main way to life. Yes, it's very good to have a job. Job experiences are very good for all of us, actually. They give us an understanding of what the business world is all about. But I want everybody that comes around my life to understand that entrepreneurship is the key.
How is your day like, Rhoda, when you wake up like in preparation to go for your business?
It's like this. For me as an entrepreneur, to start with, business never ends. Even when I'm sleeping on the bed, I'm still thinking about business. I'm thinking of how I'll target my markets, how I'll meet their needs. So I make it as simple as possible for me to be at the shop by at least 6:30, despite not me reporting to anyone, but I feel like I'm reporting to my business. By the end of the day, if I slack behind, I will not achieve what I want to achieve. I will miss my targets by the end of the day, and the day will be very slow. So I have to push in and be at the shop consistently at the right time and close very late.
Fashion keeps on changing. So in this clothing business, I believe we see fashion, especially in Lusaka, we have a lot of women who are so passionate about fashion. So how do you ensure that you keep up with the trends?
That excites me because I get excited by fashion trends changing every day. I think that's what even moves my heart. It beats my heart very much. Because if fashion is not changing, then I feel like I'm almost drowning into some sea or anything. Yeah. So I'm always keeping an eye to see what is going on, because that's where my conscience is. So I'm seeing all fashion houses. I love to watch the fashion TV a lot, and I also love to follow fashion medias on social media and everything to see where we are going with the fashion, so I can be able to provide the best and top fashion for my clients here.
Every business goes through challenges, especially when it's just starting. Yes. So what are some of the challenges that you've gone through in your business, and how are you managing them?
There's challenges actually in the clothesline business that are very massive, but some are minor. So I'll give you one, more especially money. Money is a challenge that every business undergoes. Liquid is very important to grow your business. And so we also have just the normal challenges which are very good for us, like competition out there. Yes, that challenge, it's very welcoming, but it can keep your head running. Yeah.
How has been your entrepreneurial journey? Would you point out some of the success stories or testimonies that you have?
I would say so far so good, because even when I started this business, for me, it was something that I knew in my mind that I wanted to start a boutique. But the starting of it is what really challenged me and made me feel like, wow. So I do understand business somehow. So when this whole started, it was just a dream that I had, but it had to take my older sister to actually spot a location, which she then just had to pay for. So I was touched by that move, and then she told me, Rhoda, you have this in you. We always want you to buy our clothes. Even so many people would send you to buy clothes for them because they believe in you. Why don't you start this thing? So I said, wow, I'm going to start this thing, but I need to think about it. It took me a month, yeah, being that I got so used to being in the marketing world. So, but by the end of the day, I felt very compelled and started just at a small shop on the roadside, where, remember, I mentioned where I used to put mannequins on the roadside. And so many people would come and they would buy clothes, different types. I really appreciate the people that actually came and bought from me during that period of time. I applaud those women and those husbands that stopped here and bought. So that is where I began from. It was a very small shop. I think in one of the pictures I sent to you, you actually see the shop itself. Yes, that's where we started from. And today, well, I believe in starting every business small. Even this one, if I want to start another one somewhere else, different, I will start it small. Let's say if I want to go to Kawata now or in town, it will definitely start on a small shop because it has to grow itself by itself. That one will not rely on this one. Yeah. So I can say that's how I've seen the successes, by starting small.
So for how many outlets do you have? Is it the only one that you have, or you have other outlets within Lusaka?
No. Apparently there are 2. Yeah, but you definitely find me here most of the times because I'm still growing this one. It needs my presence.
We have entrepreneurs. They are watching this program right now. What would you say to them?
What I would say to the entrepreneurs actually watching this program is that I know you do have a lot of business ideas, but the only thing that will make you stand as an entrepreneur is when you bring something very disruptive to this country. It can even be clothes. Don't go the way that everybody has gone. Find your own way, find your own style, emphasize quality. Be disruptive. If you're not disruptive in your business, making another person dance, then you are not doing anything.
Do you have any appeal to the Zambian government as regards to entrepreneurs, especially those owning boutiques?
Wow, already I like what the government is doing concerning the entrepreneurs and everything. So the only thing that I would probably just really ask for is that maybe they initiate, more suppliers to our country, yes, so that we can be able to have very good quality clothes, into our country.
And lastly, as we come to the end of the program, what would be your advice to someone who would want to venture into this kind of a clothing business?
So my advice to any person who's got a passion for selling clothes is that they should start something. Let them start. Let them not feel like the market is saturated. No, there is always a client for every person. So let them just start, and then they can even begin small. Like I mentioned earlier, starting small is the best. By the end of the day, they'll be very big.
Rhoda, thank you so much for making an appearance on The Entrepreneur.
Thank you so much also for hosting me. Thank you.
Viewers, that's all we had for you on The Entrepreneur. My name is Faith Katai. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.